Does anybody remember the Bowie knife on the wall for 3,000 points? Or the Galva knuckles on the wall where you had to get that one part in transit to get to for 6,000 points? I miss classic melee weapons. I kind of dislike starting off with them. It doesn't give it that same special vibe. And so CJ Santa and I, we're going to be checking out this video of why the Bowie knife was so cool. Let's get into this.
Remember the Bowie knife?
Yes.
You know, the classic purchasable melee weapon in older zombies.
Yes. Or the sickle, bro.
What happened to it?
What happened to the
why
sickle,
don't we see it anymore?
Yeah.
Like many things that aren't in the game anymore, the Bowie knife's disappearance is one caused by the changing of the mode's mechanics and the addition of features that overshadowed it, and in some cases, made it obsolete.
It's kind of weird because I forgot in Cold War that you literally just start with the Bowie knife. It's so bizarre. Yes, bro. The classic. It was such a crazy experience in Doris, man.
Black Ops 1 was a fine piece of equipment.
Yeah.
For 3,000 points, you could get this upgrade for your knife, which pushed its damage to a one-hit kill on round 9. Or even 11 or 12, depending on how many dog rounds you got before round 10. This was a way to give the players more points early game, as melee kills would give you more, and a last line of defense in case you ran out of ammo.
It was way more balanced in the old games. Like, dude, in Cold War, you just start off with it and you can just instantly get to round 10 without having to ever buy anything. And I think that was way too OP. Like, they didn't do that in BO6, but yeah.
On all the maps it was a no-brainer purchase.
For real.
And even after it stopped being a one-hit kill, with how weak the guns were in BO1, shooting a couple bullets and knifing was a pretty decent strategy into the team.
And great for points.
However, the usefulness of the Bowie knife would take its first and possibly biggest hit in the next game.
Interesting. BO2. Probably because of the Galva knuckles, right?
Now, it's not that the Bowie knife was nerfed. It was just that there was a new and better melee weapon that players preferred using. The Galva knuckles.
It was faster.
These killed in one hit until round 14.
Yeah.
And even had a faster melee. So right away, the Bowie knife became completely irrelevant on the Broken Earth maps.
That's true.
But one would argue, well hey, the Galva knuckles aren't on Mob or Origins, so just use it there. Well, players would, but the Bowie knife isn't there either.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because you have the spork and then you have the 1-inch punch for both those maps, which I kind of think was a better evolution than what we're getting now. Because now it's just like, oh, you can get a skateboard in the Black Ops 6 mystery box and, you know, like, who cares, bro?
Did you ever notice that? Mob of the Dead and Origins don't have the Bowie knife on them.
Yeah, I forgot
Instead,
about that.
Substituting it out for the golden spork, upgraded staff melee, and the 1-inch punch.
But this was like such an innovation at the time. Like, I remember when people were finding the golden spork and everyone was losing it because they were like, bro, there's a melee weapon that's like a golden utensil and it's able to get you to like round 30. And everybody's like, what?
Which all did more damage and tied themselves to substantial content on the respective maps.
It's insane because we should still be getting this. In my opinion, every zombies map should be getting a unique melee weapon. And granted, I think that's why I like Citadel so much, because the wonder weapons were unique melee weapons, right?
So the Bowie knife being there would just detract from what they were going for. As you can see, the Bowie knife was just left completely in the dust in Black Ops 2, which is understandable as every map had a better alternative.
It wasn't overshadowed though. Like, it kind of was, but it still had its usage. But definitely I agree. Like, the Bowie knife, when I remember the Bowie knife, it's on World at War Doris and Black Ops 1 for sure.
And while that may not be necessarily true for the entirety of the next game, the Bowie would see the same, and in some cases, less use in it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is, I think, where it really changed, because this is where, like, it was just nobody runs the Bowie knife in BO3. Probably ever. Not even on the Giant, when they brought back Doris, man.
Going from a game that had the Galva knuckles on almost every map and melee weapon upgrades to BO3, where it's just the Bowie knife again, with its same old damage, was kind of lame.
It was,
and the understated nature of the Bowie knife is why you never saw much use of it in BO3.
No.
Despite there really not being much competition. And while the perk Widow's Wine did give a bit of extra melee damage for the regular knife, it gives none to the Bowie.
Why?
It'll freeze them in place with a swipe, but not kill them in one hit.
See, I didn't even know that. What the heck? Yeah, see, BO3's biggest disappointment for sure was just perk variety. I think that was such an L. I remember every single zombies map, everybody, like, first thing they would do, pop a perkaholic and be like, oh, there's a new perk, there's a new perk. Never a new perk. Plus, the Bowie knife never got buffed. Yeah, it's tough. This is what I mean. Like, this is a continuation from Origins and Mob that should have stayed specifically in BO3.
The nature of the zombies in this game just de-incentivized melee combat so much.
Yeah.
Because the zombies hit and move faster in this game, going for early round melee, even with the Bowie, is dangerous.
It's too dangerous, yeah.
Because not all of the Widow's melees actually freeze the zombies in place.
And also, it's just too expensive. It's 3,000 points, whereas, like, you could just grab, like, a Vesper off the wall, spray it into the head of a bunch of hordes of zombies, and probably get more points that way.
Not to mention, even if you do have Widow's Wine, you'll just end up triggering them constantly and wasting them because you can almost never hit a zombie without getting hit in this game.
Right.
So already, trying to knife feels like garbage because of how the zombies just spam through you in BO3. And even adding on to that, on Gorod Krovi and Revelations, there were other melee weapons that did more damage than the Bowie knife you could earn.
And that, listen, I love the time trials though. Granted, the time trial weapons were really cool. I wish they would have just done it for all the maps. That would have been such a unique way, because BO3 had so many melee weapons in multiplayer, and it would have been so interesting to see all of them come back right from, like, Shadows of Evil being a time trial thing. It sucks that this didn't get added until Gorod, you know?
Earned by doing time trials. And while, yes, they did take up a gun slot, if you had your normal gun in your hand, you could melee and still get the effect of them.
I mean, it didn't really matter as much in BO3 because you had Mule Kick as well, right? And so for lower rounds, like, it was still cool. And then Revelations getting the sword as well was really sick. So, yeah, it didn't really matter to me that it took up a weapon slot. I just wish that this was added into all the prior maps.
Plus, if you're going out of your way to actually try to melee in this game, you'd want something that doesn't just taper off on round 10.
Yeah.
So, even with the Bowie knife being the premier option in Black Ops 3, it still didn't see much use because of the nature of the game itself.
And this is kind of the big issue with modern zombies, in my opinion. Like, meleeing in modern zombies is legit a death sentence. Like, I don't know why you would ever do it. Like,
and
even with Melee Macchiato, like, it's crazy. They added in a whole perk for meleeing, and meleeing still feels so freaking weak.
That would become even more true going forward.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Yeah. Bro, what happened in the melee in this game? Like, okay, outside of what? Like, Dead of the Night, you get a stake for the vampires? I think that's it. What else is there in this game?
Now, the Bowie knife saw some more use in BO4 than 3. But
well, then, and also outside of the broken strategy on Alpha Omega with the Electric Cherry, infinite rounds with the Bowie knife. That was so stupid, bro.
Not for the reasons you'd expect. The main and only reason to ever get it was because of the melee-focused perk Ethereal Razor.
This perk is still better than Melee Macchiato. I'm going to say it.
Which increased
It's
melee
just too
damage
cracked.
and gave you back health per stabs and swipes. However, that itself wasn't really enough to get people to actually go out of their way to buy the Bowie knife. While there was an upgrade for it on Voyage, and you needed to use it to get the Stake Knife on Dead of the Night, there exists a better melee weapon on every map in the game. There's the aforementioned Stake Knife,
Right.
the Golden Spork, and
I forgot the Golden Spork. The Spork knife was insane, though, to get, though. That's why, like, I don't know. To me, at this point, it was just too much, and you can just use a trap that's, like, better than all this.
upgrades, the returning Galvanuckles,
Right, right. And then also the Ancient Evil Melees.
the Gauntlet melee attack,
Right.
and for the rest of the maps without unique melee weapons, there was the Knife Operator mods.
Oh, dude, yeah. This is what completely destroyed the Bowie in BO4. Because, like, you could literally just spawn in with the Strife here and get, I think it was like a one hit to round 6. By that point, it's like, I'm not going to melee anymore. The zombies are getting too fast. And then also BO4 started the boss spam variety. And, bro, by 9 on, like, rounds 7 to 10, bro, you're getting, like, a Gladiator, you're getting Brawlers, you're getting Catalysts. It's like, it really does not incentivize you to use the Bowie at all.
For the Vapor and Strife, there are super attachments where you can fix a fast-acting melee attack in the form of a bayonet onto them.
I mean, most people didn't use the Vapor because you'd have to buy it. Like, the Strife was just so goated. So
The Stiletto
goated.
Knife is a one-hit until round 4.
Plus, on 9, you literally get a Pack-a-Punch variation of this. It's just so busted.
The Vapor Bayonet has the same damage as the Bowie Knife.
Wow.
Which, because both are wall buys and melee faster, why would you ever buy the Bowie Knife?
That's true.
Besides, with Ethereal Razor in the modifier, the knife is a one-hit stab anyways.
Yeah.
So even the perk that helps it kind of makes it pointless.
Yeah.
This, unfortunately, would be the last game to have the Bowie Knife in its traditional role, because the following would completely change how it's earned.
Like, yeah, it's so sad just because, like, it's also so weird that Tog didn't add the sickle, because, like, the sickle was the Bowie Knife in Call of the Dead, right? I don't know. The melee weapons have taken a massive crash. I feel like they really haven't perfected them since, like, Black Ops 2 Mob and Origins. Yeah, and this is where it gets ridiculous.
The Bowie Knife isn't viable in this game.
Yeah.
Instead, it's a passive, permanent upgrade to the melee category that you gain by spending crystals. Meaning, when you have the upgrade, you just spawn in with the Bowie Knife. Which, if you thought having a knife on your starting pistol you could use until round 5 was good, this just made using anything but the knife for the first 11 rounds pointless.
Literally.
And yes,
Literally pointless. Because, again, they also changed the point system as well. And so it's like, granted, okay, you're not getting the 130 per melee. You're only getting 115. But it's like, dog, I don't want to buy ammo every 5 seconds and waste even more points, you know?
zombies get their random damage increase, it can become kind of dangerous to use, even with the passive ability that gives you back health on melee.
I forgot about that. Yeah, it became so busted in Cold War, and then they realized this in BO6 and then just nerfed it to oblivion.
Which is not enough to even be usable on any round past like 12.
Yeah.
But it's still enough to justify using it for the first 11. This devaluing of the Bowie Knife and placing it as something you just spawn in with isn't just done for some innocuous upgrade. But it was done this way because the nature of the mode was rapidly increasing. And by rapidly increasing, I mean how fast it's being played. Just think about it.
Yeah.
With how fast the rounds go now when compared to the older games. It takes the player 4 minutes on average to get to round 5 on Kino.
That's crazy.
Here,
It's like 2 seconds.
And that's not
Oh,
even
man.
with the Rampage Inducer.
Dude, yeah. And this is what I mean. Like, they tried to add melee macchiato to kind of, like, counter this whole fast zombie stuff. It just doesn't work. I feel like they should have just added Ethereal Razor back in from BO4. Because BO4's Ethereal Razor is able to swipe way more zombies, right? Melee Macchiato's useless past, like, round 4, bro. Unless you're using the swords on Citadel, you know?
This, my friends, is the main reason why the Bowie Knife has all but disappeared.
Yeah.
With how quickly you progress through rounds, and with how the perks are priced, if they put the Bowie Knife as a wall buy deep into the maps,
Nobody would buy it.
It would already be useless by the
Yeah.
time you reached it.
That's crazy.
Not to mention, would you want to spend 3k of your points in this new point system on a melee weapon you won't even be able to get anything back on after round 10? Because of the fast-moving, increasingly damaging, armor-destroying zombies? And that goes even further for Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
The Bowie Knife isn't even in the game. Which is a shame,
Crazy.
as the game mechanics...
It's the first zombies game. Dude, this is the wildest thing about BO6. This is the first zombies game without the Bowie Knife and without Hellhounds, which is so bizarre. Like, this was a staple on every single Treyarch game up until this point. Weird.
wouldn't even work with it. As now, there's a dedicated melee slot, and the option to just pick from a whole bunch of melee weapons.
Well, and this is the thing, like, one melee weapon like the power drill used to be so insane against the boss, and then it's insane against, like, boss enemies, and that's it. Because it's like, they have so much health that you just need to just spam the melee on them, and I don't know. I really hate what melee weapons have been reduced to in BO6.
All having different stats. Not to mention the rarity system.
I know, bro.
Even if you could equip or buy the Bowie Knife, it would just be another underpowered melee weapon you'd have to dump and waste.
Dude, round 3, he's 3 hitting them. Oh my gosh. That's the thing. Like, even if you fully upgrade the rarity, you also have to triple pack a punch the melee weapon too, which is like a massive waste of money and time if you're gonna do this. Because then, bro, by like round 30, you're gonna have to hoard and swipe every one zombie to get kills. It's horrific.
Tons of salvage into to make it useful.
Yeah.
So why even bother?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the devs probably thought. The Bowie Knife just has no place in this system. And
which is so
unlike
sad.
some older perks and features that have come back, even if it did, it would be completely redundant and just another melee weapon in the game's menu.
I think they have to fix this, man. They have to bring back what made the zombies mode iconic with melee weapons. I think, again, BO2 Origins and Mob did it so well. Add a map unique melee weapon. Dead of the Night did this great too. Make it so that it's actually useful rather than just, oh, I'm spawning in with the power drill to get cryo freeze to just take down this boss because I can't kill him with my gun, you know? It's just so dumb. This has to be fixed. And I think melee weapons should just not be Pack-a-Punch either. It's just so weird to see that you have to spend 50 grand on a melee weapon to make it useful. I don't know. It's really modern zombies that melee weapons don't work anymore. It's too fast, you know? It's sad. CJ, great video, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think about melee weapons in modern games. Can it be fixed or is it cooked?